Hi, I'm Judy Griffin with Aroma Health Texas. This week we're looking at metal energy and how it affects our body in the 5 element series. Earth creates metal. We looked at Earth last week, and when we're looking at the metal energy, we're looking at a managerial type person, a perfectionist type person. When you learn your personalities, you'll be able to find the right blends in aromatherapy for them. And if you look at around the world with herbs, then you can even find out the foods and the many different herbs and different things that affect us and how we can improve our health by knowing more about our personality. And it's not, medically treating, so you're not in any trouble. Metal energy is in the autumn, it's in the evening. It affects the large intestine and the lungs, the large intestines are the other side of the lungs. And the taste is pungent, which is very spicy. Mustard, wasabi, real garlicky, cayenne, peppery type foods. It really creates a lot of niacin, which turns into tryptophan and therefore into serotonin in the brain. And this helps with lots of good feelings in the body and certainly not depression, which more and more most people are depressed. So that tells us that our immune systems aren't working well, and this is a way we can work on it. The personality of the metal person, they think logically, they love order and rules, and they might seem a little bit rigid, but they excel in repetitive and monotonous work. They love it. They do a great job. They still desire an intimate relationship with life and society, and they love order and beauty. They love nature. And they're artistic people. When they're unbalanced, they're controlling, self-righteous. They might seem cold or authoritarian, but their biggest problem is fear of loss and self-doubt. When we have those feelings, our mental energy is off. And the health issues that may result from this are environmental sensitivities, upper respiratory problems, asthma, allergies, shallow breathing. You can have enlarged lymph nodes, tight muscles. Of course, gut problems can happen with constipation and irritable bowel syndrome, hemorrhoids. The immune competence is down, and that's the most important thing to me, because that will affect everything in your health. They have less perspiration, they have less urination, they have sometimes varicose veins, and they'll have dry skin and scalp, dry eyes. Those are all metal issues in the energy of our body. So dry brushing and deep breathing can be very good. Glutamate foods are good, not MSG, please, but condiments and shrimp and salmon and green tea are excellent foods for these people. And when you're looking at a blend, well, trees have terpenes in the essential oils that reduce depression symptoms. And again, we're talking about immune competence, so this can be very good, and trees are very good for the lungs. So cedarwood would be my choice as a low note, and you would use 4 drops in the blend. And cedarwood's been used as a high note too, but in this blend we're going to use it as a low note. It's very stout, pungent type scent. In the middle, we can use clove, which is an antifungal. It's great for people with candida and fungus problems. You could use as much as 10 drops. You might use another pungent essential oil smell, which is the coriander. which is supposed to heal everything but aging. I'm still looking. Or you could use something more stout like coffee. And you'd only need 5 drops of that. Now, if you don't like clove and coriander, we can go to herbs because many herbs are very pungent, like sage and thyme. So what I picked was rosemary, which I would give 10 drops to, sage just 2, basil, which is another one you could put in if you like it, which is 2. You could also use holy basil if you prefer. And thyme, you just need 1 because it's very stout. You don't want it to overwhelm your whole blend. So all in all, it'd be 15 drops. And these are all, the rosemary, sage, basil, and thyme are all immune stimulating and balancing essential oils. So very good in this blend. Our high note, I chose black spruce because it is excellent for any lung issue. And if you have lung issues, the colon's affected, so I would use that, or a tree. You can use pine or any kind of fir tree. You can use other cedars like Himalayan cedar, which is wonderful. It's not as stout as a cedar wood, but for a high note it would be excellent because it lifts very quickly. And in juniper in Texas, what we use instead of some of the cedars, the tree we use is juniper. Juniper works well for varicose veins. Now, if you have any questions or you need help with the blend, I hope you get in touch with me. I hope you also understand from some of the questions that if you don't relate to one of these elements or more, then you are deficient in it and you need the balancing blend. You don't have to, say, oh, that's me. Yes, maybe. When you say, oh, I'm not anything like metal, well, you need metal energy also. So you would do a blend for this or someone you're working with to help bring out the best of their abilities that we mentioned, like thinking logically and loving order and excelling in monotonous and repetitive work. Somebody's got to do it, but they're great managers also. I hope you like and share and subscribe, and we'll be back next week with the last of our series on the 5 elements, and that would be water. Thank you. Bye-bye.